So our second session of the day, we're going to kick off with just now, is going to be led by Brian from Studio Snap Weddings and Eilidh at The Wedding Creative. They're two experts in their fields, and they're going to share some advice on how you can relax in front of the lens on the day, what you can expect from your photography and content timeline, and how those standout wedding moments are created. So I'll tell you a wee bit about them first of all. Brian is the photographer behind Studio Snap Weddings, a Glasgow-based collective known for relaxed, natural wedding photography. His approach is all about keeping things comfortable and unstaged, capturing real moments as they unfold rather than too heavily direct in the day. And then we have the lovely Eilidh at The Wedding Creative, who specialises in wedding content creation that captures the real behind-the-scenes moments of your day, from the quiet moments to candid emotions as they happen. So I'll kick off with you, Brian, first of all. How far in advance should couples start looking for the photographer, and how do they know they found the right match?
Yeah. I do think I get couples booking up to 2028, but sometimes even today someone was getting married later on this year. So it kind of is case-to-case basis. But if you do find someone that you really like and you really, really want them, you're set on them, I'd say get to them as soon as you can. And in terms of how do you know who is good for you, things like this are fantastic because you get to meet them face-to-face and see if you get on with them. So in terms of photography, you might love the style of the photography, all the content online, but you might just not gel with them for whatever reason. Not that they're a bad person or anything like that, but you need to gel with them because they're going to be with you all day on your day, so you need to really get on with them. So even out with the wedding show, looking at TikTok and Instagram if they do vlogs or any other kind of content like that, just to see if their vibe matches your vibe, because that is very important above a lot else, especially if it's even celebrants and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, you're going to spend a lot of time with them, so it's key to get on with them. You mentioned Instagram, and obviously as soon as we got engaged, the algorithm pound you with content. How do you know when you're looking at images what sort of style of wedding photography suits you?
Yeah. What I find I can speak for myself, what I find is a lot of the couples that book for Studio Snap tend to say they don't like getting their photo taken, and they laugh and they're a little bit awkward about it, but it's actually, that falls into my lap perfectly because my style is very chilled out and relaxed, that if you're laughing at how awkward you're being and you're laughing like, this is mad, we just got married, that's when we're getting the photos and you're laughing. We also get the nice sort of cinematic movie poster type photos, but again, that's when you don't know what's happening, and then you'll kind of do your own cute little thing, because you've been together for so long that you'll have your own little ways of interacting that'll come across naturally, so it'll be good.
You sort of probably touched on it already, but what sort of tips do you have for putting a couple's at ease in front of the lens?
Again, I think that kind of comes down to the photographer that you're booking. If you're having fun on the day, it's going to come across really well. If you're really nervous about it, then it'll come across like that. But that's our job, to make you feel at ease and comfortable, and that's through on the day and through the meetings beforehand as well. So part of the booking through Studio Snap is we do a little, very small impromptu photo shoot. It's not mandatory, so if you don't want to do it, you don't need to. But we meet up, and it's just so you can get a feel for what it's like to get your photos on the day. So when it actually comes to your day, you're not panicking about getting married and doing the ceremony, and then after you're like, oh my God, I need to be a model now. I don't know how to do this. You've done it already, you know it's going to be a breeze and a laugh, and then you'll have a few Prosecco's or whatever, so you'll be fine. So, well, maybe that's it. Have a couple of Prosecco's and that'll chill you out.
That always helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What's the sort of timeline in terms of, once they've booked you, what should they expect in terms of contact, etc. thereafter?
It's quite funny. I kind of touched on it a little bit, but it's funny that I kind of say to people that you book, you pay your deposit, and then you don't hear from us for months or whatever. But we're always an open book, that you can send us Pinterest boards, messages. I'm always happy to jump on a call. You're sending ideas across of what you want to kind of have from your day and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's kind of the main thing. And have as many video calls as you want. 2 main ones, but any others you want, you can if you want.
And obviously there's the key set moments through the day, like the first kiss, confetti shots, etc. How do you prep these to get the best results?
Again, I sound like a broken record almost, but be yourself. I'm not the kind of person to push a certain moment. Say, for example, doing a dip or a kiss during the confetti. If that's not you, don't do it. That's when people are going to get injured. But if that is you, you just do whatever you want. That's what I talk to you right before you go down and just say, go down, keep your heads up and smile. And I tell everyone else not to throw confetti in your faces. That's important.
See a lot of that.
Yeah, up and over, I say, up and over, nice and romantic, not at people and violent. But yeah, just be yourself, and you're gonna try and not think about the photos too much, or at all even, because then that's when you will do what's natural in that moment instead of doing a sort of a trend or whatever, you know.
Yeah. Is there anything you wish couples kept in mind that would make your life a bit easier? I'm thinking, do they need to specify somebody to round up all the
Yeah.
nearest and dearest for the wedding pics, or is it useful that in the morning of the wedding, if they want a little flat lay, they've got the stuff kind of handy and in a wee bag or something?
Yeah.
Or
I never ask for anything like that, especially with the flat stuff. There is some people that put together that, and it's great. It makes my life really easy, but I'll never ask you to do that because you've got a million things to think about already. So I can do that in the morning when I'm chatting and getting to know everybody. And as for someone to gather people during the group photos, that person will always make themselves known. There's always a bridesmaid that's a primary school teacher, someone that works in events. There's someone that's loud that can go about and shout, because my voice will break. If I'm shouting at 100 people, my voice is going to break. So there's always someone there. So that's, again, our job. But if someone does that already, brilliant.
and then what about a timeline? Sort of, you've packed up for the day. When are they going to expect to see their first pics?
So for us at the moment, the final gallery is roughly 5 to 7 weeks. But when you're sitting down and having your meal, we hide away somewhere, start backing up the photos so they're safe, and then start going through and choosing our favourites to send you the very next day. So you'll get a little handful. It changes every wedding. It's just our sort of favourite ones. And then, yeah, you get them the next day when you've got a bit of a sore head. You can look at them. It's nice. It's nice to have them anyway, so you're not waiting the whole time. But then it's nice for, social media posts if you're that way inclined, or just, thank you cards for guests and that sort of thing. So, yeah, 5 to 7 weeks for the full gallery, and then the next day you get a couple.
Fantastic. Well, you touched on a key aspect that will allow us to segue over to Eilidh, social media.
Yep.
So wedding content creation is obviously quite new on the wedding scene in the scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people will probably be familiar with a wedding content creator, but for those that aren't, do you want to tell us a wee bit about what you do on the day?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think a lot of people think your content creators just really capture the behind the scenes. And whilst we do capture that, we also capture the in-between moments as well. So the first time you get to see your venue all decorated for your evening reception, the first time your mum sees you in your dress or helping you put your dress on. So we get all those in-between moments as well as the behind the scene, and we work in cohesion with your photographer and your videographer as well. We are there from bridal prep right up until those first few dances. So we're really capturing everything, and then you've got the added bonus of getting your edited content as well as all that raw, unedited reels and clips throughout the day. You get all of that the next day.
And I suppose it's possibly similar to what Brian said, but when you're looking for a wedding content creator, how do you know you've found the right person, and how far in advance should you be looking for people?
Yeah, so pretty much exactly what Brian said. If you're looking for people, we recommend to book them as soon as possible. We've got inquiries today, again, 2030, 2029, really far in advance. But if you're meeting us today, if you're meeting a content creator and you think they seem really nice, I'd really get on with them, book them, because you're going to be spending a lot of time with them. They're going to be beside you all day, getting those reels, getting those videos. And it's so important that you do gel with them, you do have a similar vibe, because they are going to spend that time with you. So just go by gut instinct. If it's somebody you think they're the one for me, then book them.
And how long are you typically at a wedding day for? From
We're there all day,
to the
basically,
end?
from usually about 2 hours before your ceremony, just to capture bridal prep. We don't like to come in before any hair or makeup started, because nobody really wants any clips before they've put a brush through their hair. So it's normally about 2 hours before the ceremony for bridal prep, and then we're there until about the first kind of 30 minutes of dancing, because again, nobody really wants the clips of the drunk uncle as the night goes on.
And what kind of top tips do you have for putting couples at ease?
Again, I think if you've gelled with the content creator you've booked, then naturally you're going to be a bit more at ease. We're much the same. We don't really get you to stage and do anything. I always say we do a bit of choreographed candid, and that's just where I'll say, if you can just walk to me and look at each other and just have a wee chat, just talk about anything, and it just gives the most natural look, and that's what you want. That's what all the excitement's building up to. You want that natural emotion captured in film.
And how does a content creator differ from a photographer and videographer?
So a content creator is absolutely not to replace a photographer or videographer. It's a very different thing. But we do work in cohesion with your team of photographer and videographer, and it's really just capturing those moments that might be missed, the behind the scenes, the in between. It's capturing all those moments as well as just capturing how your day unfolds in a very natural, relaxed way.
I know and another key thing that somebody pointed out to me when it comes to wedding content creation, you're filming a lot of the content upright.
Yeah.
Whereas a videographer will be doing like cinematic
Yeah.
widescreen. So
Yeah, no, we do. We can, when we come to doing the editing, we can make reels and edits look a bit more dramatic and editorial. But your primary candid moments are all really raw and unedited, and they are all your kind of horizontal, your vertical filming. Compared to your videography is slightly different, but it's then really tailor made for sharing videos, people who couldn't make the wedding, posting it on social media. So it's just perfect for that aspect.
I suppose timeline would be a sort of key point to raise thereafter. Like how quickly can you share that content?
Yeah, so that is one of the best benefits of being a content creator. We send everything to you the next day. So you get
Wow.
all of your edited reels, which can vary depending on how long we're there or if you've had any specific requests. Some couples request for reels they've seen from TikTok or Instagram that's a bit more theatrical with dancing, and other couples just want really laid back, candid moments. So it varies on what you've requested with us. But we get all of that to you the next day, as well as all of your unedited content as well for you just to look through at your leisure.
You up through the night editing the content.
We are up late and
Your
up
night owls.
early.
And how do you deliver it? Is it a like Dropbox transfer?
Yeah,
or?
Dropbox. So we just send the link to our couples, they'll download the app, and then they've got that link for them to look through.
Then they can get ready to relive the day.
Very next day.
Fantastic. Has anyone got any questions they'd like to ask Brian or Eilidh? No?
Not everyone at once.
No, don't.
Please, please.
I mean, if you do, you do, brilliant, I'll come over.
Just interested to know, how do you both communicate prior to the big day? Do you have a call, or how do you communicate?
With couples?
Good question.
Sometimes we'd reach out together on Instagram, but I find a lot of the time we just meet in the morning and you can gel straight away.
Yeah.
I find that when the couples are booking the suppliers, it's going to be the same sort of vibe. I have never worked with a videographer or content creator that we've bumped into each other and
Yeah.
not got on. It's always been cohesive, like you say.
Yeah.
Because you're booking people that we'll get on with. You're booking people that you like, and we'll be the same sort of person. So that's how it works. But yeah, we do have a wee chat before, but
Yeah.
sometimes.
It's just a quick chat in the morning just to kind of run through if we're planning on doing anything really specific with the couple, and then we just tie in with each other on the day. But much like Brian, never had any issues. Everybody just gels and works together because the end goal is to deliver the perfect content, photography, videography for you. So that's what we're all aiming for.
Thank you, that was a really good question, appreciate it. The guys will hang about here for a minute or two if anyone wants to ask a question on a one-to-one basis, but you can chat to Brian on stand F60, which is just up near the catwalk, and Eilidh's over on stand H67, which is over towards the far side of the show from here where the wedding cars are. So thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure chatting
Thank
to
you.
you.